It all started back when I was working for the Man. I worked for 3 different Fortune 500 companies in human resources. A friend of mine had a barrel in his basement. He said, "Can you help me get this broken thing to the curb?" And I said, "Sure." But I didn't take it to the curb. I took it home and put it back together and made it back into the barrel and tore it apart after I put it together and made a cabinet out of it and a couple other little things I added to it. It turned out being a wine bar. And of course that friend wanted it back. And well, we're still friends. And that's kind of how it all started. So from that one design, I realized that I didn't want to work for the Man anymore. I wanted to do stuff for myself and made things out of barrels. And I picked up my first truckload of barrels with my good friend Sam. He rode with me to Kentucky and we bought some bourbon barrels and put 90 bourbon barrels in the back of a Ryder truck and came back to my house, filled the garage, stacked them next to the garage, next to the house. The neighbors thought I was breaking some zoning laws, but that's how it initially got started with the bourbon barrels. Over time, we realized that wine barrels are a little cleaner than bourbon barrels, and so we decided to go with wine barrels for tables, but take bourbon barrels apart and use the integral parts to make furniture.
That's not cool. Look, skinny little stave. And sometimes inside the barrel you'll find one that's personalized.
I rent this barn from my friend Dale. So Dale and I met at 7th grade football practice and known him ever since then. We were in high school together and I ran into Dale and his wife at an art show in Cleveland. My dad and I were part of the artist group that was there. Dale asked me where I was building the product line. I told him I was in my garage and he said, "Oh, I have a barn if you're ever interested." And I said, "Oh, that might be an idea," but I said, "It's so big, I'll never fill that." And of course, you look around now, we need 2 of them. You know, all this stuff, it has like some meaning, has a purpose at some point. My friends affectionately call this area up here Pee-wee's Playhouse because look around. I mean, there's so much. Everything in here has had a former life. It was either given to me, or we peeled it off the curb, or, you know, something. In the interest of art, you know, old radios, radio parts, piano parts, old Harrow plow. This is going to be a chandelier at some point. Isn't that great? I do love that. I've been here for about 12 years. Dale has been great. He's helped me out quite a bit along the way. Those months that were kind of lean, he's been very understanding. And of course now, I can attribute some of that growth to the kind gestures from him and his wife. So we have a couple part-timers and a couple full-time people. We have a pretty broad product line made from a barrel and barrel parts. We have about 8 different stools that we make from a barrel, 4 or 5 different tables from a barrel, and of course a plethora of other things that my dad and I design. My father joined soon after I got started on this with my friends. He was just about ready to retire, and one day he came over and said, "Do you need some help?" And I said, "Yeah." Well, he's been coming back ever since. And being a retired architect, he's made my job harder, but he's definitely enriched it in ways that I would never have expected, not just with his superior intelligence and design ability and all that, but his point of view has opened my eyes in terms of what other people might be looking for in terms of all the different options that you can place in the furniture design realm and a piece of art. So in addition to our manufacturing site, I have a place where I sell it, and that's in the heart of Amish community. This is the store in Berlin, Ohio. We have about 250 things that we make out of barrels and growing. Of course, the girls at the shop, Kelly and Lauren. Okay, right there. They're great.
He's very talented, yeah.
Thanks, Lauren.
He's very, very talented. That's awesome. Yeah.
These are barrel rings, specifically from a bourbon barrel. The bourbon barrel does not have galvanized rings. They're a steel ring that's not treated. They stretch more, they give more. However, the rings, because they're metal, are not treated, they will rust. Well, if we catch them early enough, we can gild the rust with like a wax or a metal stain, and then we coat it with a polyurethane so that it keeps that oxidized look, a bronzish look, if you will. It holds that for a very long time. And then this is the Armillary light, and it's made with some old plumbing material and some LED Edison bulbs, which is kind of nice for a foyer. Somehow it worked out for him.
It looks good.
Thank you so much.
It looks better there. So you can see down the window.
Yeah.
It looks intentional.
I do feel really good every day, well, waking up and doing this. At the end of the day, it's so great to have something tangible. You feel like you're making a difference by the lack of a carbon footprint or a small carbon footprint. The relationships that a small community foster, both business and personal, is invaluable. It's been a good day. We enjoy what we do at the Oak Barrel Company. Thank you for all who show their interest in our behalf.